What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. So, I wanted to talk about this, but before I get into it, I'm going to share this clip of Carlos addressing the Messy Mondays end, if you want to call it that. We'll see if it really will be the end forever or if this is just a goodbye for now, because Dr. Heavenly, she says that the Melometers were calling her dental practice and it was just crossing the line and it was just too much and she don't need the money that bad, so she's good on that. But honestly, she is beginning. Well, they've already filmed it, but the new season of Married to Medicine is about to come out. I feel like it's just kind of like the perfect timing for her to end that with him, because I just don't feel that she wants to do it with him anymore. So, God, that sounds weird saying she doesn't want to do it. We know that it is not the it. But anyway, she doesn't want to do that with him anymore. She's doing Talk Old Tuesdays with one of my favorite bloggers, Alexander Rogers, now. She's already been doing her own thing. And so why not just say, oh, yeah, Melometers were calling my dental practice and it was just getting overboard. And I just really, can't take it because of my mental health. So I'm just good on that. I'm going to call it quits on this venture. It's been fun while it lasted. But I'm going to play what he had to say. And I'm actually getting this from the House of Aaron YouTube channel. I'm just going to play it and then I'm going to continue with my commentary.
We did mention that she loves me and I love her. So for the record, again, Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly did not fall out. We are still friends and we still talk. And she mentioned that some of the Love and Marriage Huntsville fans were taking it too far and they were calling her job and she had to remove herself from it. And what she said is true. Dr. Heavenly was being Dr. Heavenly funny and she was giving her opinions about stuff. And she called me one day and said, there's people calling my job and this is too much. And not only are people calling my job, we interviewed some of your cast members and I'm hearing they're having beef and they're calling me. And she said, Carlos, this is too much for me. It's becoming too much. And I respected what she was going through and how she was feeling. And we made the decision to take a break from Messy Monday because I care about her mental health like I do my cast.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know if you caught that ending line where he said, because I care about her mental health just like I do my cast. And that was him throwing shade because there have been a lot of people who have, I feel, rightfully questioned whether he actually does care about not the entirety of the cast, but let's just be honest, Melody cares about her mental health because she is still on the show with this man that has been arrested, convicted, although he's appealing the conviction, but arrested and convicted for assault in terms of harassing communications. And what he did, because we're not going to say allegedly, he was convicted of it. What he did was criminal. And before it got to that point, he was harassing her on the show. There have been multiple instances where he had to be calmed down, held back. His temper is through the roof. And Melody told him herself when he had the live podcast show in Huntsville, having her as his special guest, but we know he was just using her and her fan base in order to sell those tickets. Okay, let's just be honest. But she addressed that and she told him that there have been a number of times where I just didn't really feel protected. And so that's how she feels. And a lot of people feel the same way. And I would say that her feelings are valid and justified when it comes to that. So him saying that, putting that little dig in there, just like I do my cast, I care about her mental health, just like I do my cast. He's letting people know, yeah, you all tried it, but I do care about my cast mental health. But do you really? Because the actions, in my personal opinion, just really, to me, prove that you care about your finances and not your cast feelings and their mental health. So with that being said, I feel that he was trying to I don't have the other clip. If I find it, I will put the link to that in the description box. If if I find somebody else that has it, because I did listen to some of that he was talking about the ending of Messy Mondays, and he and Dr. Heavenly are still friends and they didn't have a falling out. He said something along the lines of people who are these Melometers, this fan base, they're like insurrectionists. And the insurrectionists, they were, they did some terrible things. And in my personal opinion, I feel like he was trying to equate Melody to Donald Trump and her Melometers to insurrectionists. I just personally don't believe that Melometers were contacting his Dr. Heavenly's office. And while I'm not here to defend anybody who is a Melometer, because I'm not, but I'm one of those people that I feel, based on the information that is presented to me, I can differentiate between right and wrong, up and down, good and bad, back and front. I just don't feel that these people who are like the true fan base and Millimeters were contacting her dental practice. For what? I mean, they may express themselves in comment sections on videos or different things like that, but people who go over the line and go overboard, those people are the fringe elements of any fan base. There are people out there that will get to the point of pretty much stalker vibes, but that's not the majority. There are, like, just to give an example, there are a lot of people that love and adore and call themselves Swifties, fans of Taylor Swift, will travel to go to different tours, will buy her merch, download all her music, all that good stuff, right? But there would only be a couple who would cross the line to become a stalker, where they would literally find out where she is and try to get access to her. So that I'm just using that as an example. So the majority of people are not going to be contacting Dr. Heavenly's office because they're pissed off about some commentary that she gave in some video or videos that she's done either by herself or with Carlos. So I just simply don't believe that. That's my personal opinion. But when I heard him talking about the insurrectionists and Donald Trump, he gave the speech, but yet he didn't make the people do what they did. In my personal opinion, I feel like he was trying to say, and this is just my opinion, you can let me know what you think in the comments, that Melody is like Donald Trump. And in no way, shape, or form, I feel that that's fair, because Melody's not out here ramping people up to get them so irate and angry that they would go to the measures of storming the phones to contact Dr. Heavenly's practice and try to get her business shut down or block the lines or whatever the goals were, if that even really happened. Because we know Donald Trump, because, for those of you who know, I do political commentary over here. And Donald Trump definitely stoked the fires to get those people riled up to do what they did. And he was intentional about that. Melody doing live videos or doing social media posts or whatever, and may do cryptic message or anything like that. It's nothing that would cause anyone to believe that she is doing a wink and a nod to her followers to say, you all need to take care of that. You need to handle that. I quite frankly do not believe that she has done anything like that. And I was shocked when I heard him try to relate Melometers to insurrectionists, because I'm like, okay, if you're relating Melometers to insurrectionists, then you're trying to relate Melody to Donald Trump. And that is some BS. So, wow, this stuff is crazy. And then he felt like he needed to come and address the rumors to say, no, me and Dr. Heavenly, we're still good. We're still friends. First of all, who cares? It's like, wow. Okay. But Yeah, I personally don't believe that anyone that is in that fan base contacted her practice to, for, whatever the intents were to do that. And if anyone was actually calling the practice, I said it before and I'll say it again. I could definitely see Hotel and his whole getting that to happen and making it seem as if Melometers were doing that. Because just like the setup with the photo with Nell and Arion, he had that set up and put that out there to make it look like Nell ain't no good. She ain't really Melody's friend. She and Arion and me and Chris, we go out on double dates. We go out to events together. We do lunch together. We do brunch. We do dinner. But Nell wants to make it seem like she's really Melody's friend. Like that's what that was all about. So I could definitely see him and her is, like a scheme that Hotel set up to come at us with the BS. I could definitely see them doing something like that. But again, I'm not saying that they did do that. I'm saying that I could see that happening. But I really don't believe that any millimeters were contacting her dental practice. It's my personal opinion. Because seriously, what proof do you even have of that? How would you even gauge that? How would you be able to confirm that the people that were contacting the practice were actually millimeters just because they said that? Like for real, like just because they said that. Child, it's crazy. And who even does that anymore? Playing on people's phones? That is so ridiculous. So yeah, I could definitely see Hotel and his HOE doing some things like that and then trying to make it seem like Melody has something to do with it. But those are just my thoughts. You can let me know yours in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.